Getting honored by the conference the week that you had at Chico, and then here at home, getting that recognition. I'm sure you're there to help the team do well, but when you get that kind of scene without the personally that recognition, it has to make you feel good.
Yeah, I've never gotten one in the conference before, so when I got told this morning that I got one, I was pretty excited. Yeah.
Coach told me that in the off season that you worked hard on your hitting. I mean, after the season that you had last year, coming in as a freshman, and just how you're able to get on base time after time, you'd have been probably one of the least hitters that I hear about is working hard, getting ready for a season. But talk about the decision for that, just to keep on working to improve your game.
Towards the end of our season last year, I just kind of fell off. I didn't have as great as I started out, so I knew going into the fall that I had to work harder, and the pitchers have already seen me one time, so I knew second time around they were going to know to throw me, and in order to have a successful season, I had to work extra hard in the fall.
When you're going up there at the plate, and I mean you're to slap the ball if it's going to the left or the right side. At bat, I mean, do you have it in your thought process? Are you looking at the defense, or do you have in your mind just where you want to put the ball?
Yeah, a lot of times I look around to see if the corners are up in my face. If they're not, I try to bunt. If not, a lot of times they play me just right. They know that I'll bunt, so they scoot up and play their middle infield back. And a lot of the times the outfielders are back. So usually they play me like a hitter because I don't typically slap in a ball game.
What's more fun, just hitting or not hitting all over the place, or when you're on base and just stealing those bases?
Definitely being on base is more fun. It's more fun to mess with the defense, and coaches are always in umpires' ears. They're worried about me. They're talking to the umpire the whole time. So it's fun just to watch girls react to me.
Do you see, you kind of talk about how the defenses are kind of moving around and that sort of thing. When did you start to notice that they're starting to see, okay, this is what she does, and let's try to figure her out?
Right away, after the first couple of bats of last season, they started to figure me out, and that's when my coaches will help me on both sides. They let me know, they reassure me if I can bunt or if I can steal, and sometimes I think I can do something, and then I'll look at either one of them, and they give me the assurance to go ahead, or they're like, no, not right now, it's not a good time. So I lean on them a lot to see what I want to do.
You guys off to an outstanding start, and then finally, I mean, before this weekend, everything was on the road, even more present.
Mm-hmm.
But now to be at home, you get to sweep against San Bernardino. How are you guys feeling as you go back on the road? But now the great start, the home stand out of the way. What are your guys' thoughts during this week?
We're excited to travel. Obviously, we love having home games, but each day for practice, our coach, they get us as prepared as we can for the next opponent. We talk about what we want to do. We talk about what they're going to do. We really look into it to make sure we're just as prepared for each team, and to make sure that we know what we're getting ourselves into.
Known for getting on base, and but you also have displayed some power as well. Is it harder to play are you thinking, hey, why don't I try to hit it over the fence, or just get on base and I'm fine with the single?
No, I am just fine with the single. I know the girls behind me can hit me in as long as I'm on base. Usually they get me around, so as long as I get on, I let them do their job. My job is just to get on. If I get a home run here and there, it's awesome, but I just like to get on base, no matter how.
First in the conference nationally last week, still fourth. Just the start you guys have had, but do you guys feel like that this is the best still awaits? Just the way you guys are playing, how do you thoughts on the team and how things are going?
I think we are just peaking. We are ranked fourth, but it goes back and forth. Sometimes our hitters win the games, and sometimes our pitching, and it takes both of us. So right now, our pitching is really strong right now, and our hitting has to come around and help our pitching out. It takes both to get to nationals, and we're just starting to peak and starting to get there. So if we're winning games with our hitting kind of being off, then we'll definitely win games when we start to really hit the ball.
When your pitchers are on a roll and Maddie with her strikeouts, do you not feel? Are you getting bored out there? Or?
Sometimes, but it's nice to know that Maddie shuts them down, and I don't have to worry about anything happening out there. And she knows if something happens, she knows that we have her back. But usually, they do the work all in this pitching circle.
All right, last question. We kind of talked about it. First place in the conference. Obviously, you want to finish first in the conference and go from there. What's it going to take to stay in first and not move?
It's just to keep winning ball games, keep executing when we need to execute, listen to our coaches, do what they say, prepare every week for each opponent, no matter who it is. We have to just stay on top of it. We're getting ready to travel a lot, and we just have to keep well rested and just stay up with our schooling and just really focus right now.